Okay, so I just recorded this entire conversation, but for whatever reason, it wasn't capturing Discord audio, so I've got to go and do it again. Okay, that's extremely annoying. Okay, yo, test, can you hear me? Wait, do I still have Noodles muted? Sorry.
You want a
Okay.
cucumber in your ass?
Okay.
Is that what you want?
All right, there, sorry. Okay, so yeah, just for the record, I just recorded that entire conversation. I already explained this on my end just before coming in here, but I just recorded that entire conversation. And the second I went to listen back to it, I realized that I'm only audible. And the only time you can hear Noodles is when you can hear him rambling retardedly through my headphones at like 1 decibel. So I think I literally have to do a repeat of the conversation. Okay, so I guess we'll just start again, literally from scratch. So, okay, you said yes to this last time I talked to you, but we'll just start fresh. Do you think that you've shown any error in that prior conversation that we had? Or wait, I should explain why I'm here again so that this is all in the recording. So, yeah, sometimes I have conversations with people, and after the conversation, the kind of thing that happens is they'll release some like malicious damage control video where they like, add kind of malicious content into the video, or they'll delete all the comments pointing out their retardation, or they'll go and make claims about what happened in that video, just all that kind of like standard shitty behavior. And I think I've had a situation like this with Noodles based on some of the things that I've seen people say. So I'm just here to resolve like a very specific proposition, and that is just whether you think it's the case that you showed any error on my part in that prior conversation. So that's just a yes or no question.
If I showed any error, yeah. I mean, I'm not Jesus,
Okay.
bro. I'm not perfect.
No. By showed error, I mean like you showed me to have made an error.
Yeah, you did show an error. You conceded the whole debate.
Just to be clear,
Dumb fuck.
when I say show an
You
error,
conceded the
when
whole
I say,
debate.
okay, one sec, gotta mute again. When I say show an error, that's something that you do, right? To show an error is not to commit an error. When I say show an error, I mean like you showed that the other party committed an error. So presumably you think that you've shown that I made some kind of error. So what do you think the error is? What's the proposition?
Sound argument, then fine.
Okay.
That a square circle is logically possible.
Okay, so I'm not sure why he's playing back some of the video. So yeah, again, Noodles, do you think that you showed an error on my part in that conversation?
You conceded the whole debate. You lost.
Okay,
That's an error.
That's another non-answer. So we're just gonna do the 3 times to dodge. I gave him more times last time I talked to him, and he kind of just repeatedly dodged the question. But this time we're just gonna do 3. Do you think you showed an error? That's a yes or no question.
Yes, I showed an error.
Okay. So what do you think the error is?
You said that I couldn't argue for anything, and I proved I could, and you agreed to it.
Okay. Now, I think that proposition, which we have up above, this idea that, and I'll just post it there, you can defend anything
is not the same thing. I said prove anything, any position, or you can make an argument for any position, is what I said. Not defend anything. So correct that.
I'm pretty sure in
you
the
want to
video,
play semantics.
I'm pretty sure.
So,
1 second,
no.
I have to mute Noodles. I'm pretty sure that in the video you actually use the words. I'm pretty sure this is verbatim. Now I don't think it matters. We could also talk about argue anything. Either case is fine. But just for the record, I am pretty sure that near the first portion of the video, you actually say verbatim this sentence or something extremely close to this. And the word defend, I'm pretty certain, is used. Or it might be me articulating it like that and you assenting to it. But just for the record, the word defend, I have that in my mind from listening to the video just today and hearing the word defend. So yes, I'm fine talking about defend or argue, like I'm taking both semantics to mean the same thing here. But yeah, that word is showing up in my text there because I recall actually hearing it in the video. Okay, now
so
with respect to that proposition, I think that you're probably equivocating between 2 sentences, or two semantics for the proposition. So what I was arguing was obviously under the interpretation that you mean defend well, give a good argument for, right? Something like this. Because of course, at no point would I ever have held the view that you can't give a retarded argument for virtually anything, or you can't give a terrible defense or fail to defend basically anything, right? Those are, of course, things that I've always believed and that my beliefs did not change with respect to during that conversation. So just to be clear, on the semantics that I was actually using in the video when I spoke to you, do you think you showed error or not?
You got a lot of.
Okay, so we're doing the 3 tries thing, so there's one. So again, do you think that you showed error with respect to the semantics that I was actually using in the video? It's a yes or no question.
You actually misquoted.
Okay, another ramble. And then just one last try here. Do you think that you showed error with respect to the semantics that I was actually using in the video? That's a yes or no question. An answer would be great so we could continue the conversation.
Yes, you pussy vegan bitch.
Okay, great. Now, with respect, no, I'd rather not have any moderation going on here. So, with respect to, yeah, I mean, just listen to him. He just tries to, it's just constantly. It's just like, why would I want to hear from a person like that? Okay, so yeah, in that case, I basically just want the argument. What's the argument with respect to the interpretation that the semantics I'm actually using, that that proposition is true?
Can you repeat that? That sounded retarded.
Yeah, what's the argument with respect to the semantics I'm actually using that the proposition is true?
I said I could argue for anything, and you said I couldn't.
That's not an argument. One second. I'm asking you a very specific question, right? What is the argument with respect to the semantics that I'm actually using that the proposition's true?
I said a llama told me a square circle is logically
Noodles,
possible.
The answer
argument.
The answer comes in the form of like, here's the first premise, here's the second premise, and then you know what the conclusion is supposed to be.
Even under proposition logic, dude, even under proposition, hold on, listen. Even under propositional logic, listen, bitch. I'm not done talking, am I? Hey, bitch,
I had to mute you again. Yeah, I'm not looking for a ramble, Noodles. Like, look, the flow of this conversation has been very clear. I came in here and I asked you, do you think that you've shown me to be wrong? You responded with a proposition that was ambiguous between 2 semantics. One that I've never at any point had a view that you can't argue for anything under, right? Or defend anything, whatever semantics you want, right? One, which is that interpretation, and the other, which is the interpretation I'm actually talking about under the video, where you're talking about giving, a good argument, giving a good defense of something, right? Not a failed defense, not a unsound argument. So what I'm asking you right now, right? Again, just try to follow the flow of the conversation. I come in and I ask, hey, do you think you showed error? You say yes, you reply with the proposition that's ambiguous between 2 semantics. I point out that my view has not changed on either semantics, right? On the second semantics, where you're talking about like a poor defense, right? At no point did I ever hold a view that, oh yeah, you can't give a poor defense of any proposition. On the other view, where you're talking about giving a reasonable defense, at no point have I held the view that you can give a reasonable defense of any proposition. Now, I said on my semantics, this is the next part of the conversation, right? You give the ambiguous proposition, then I say, okay, well, there's 2 interpretations there. Here's the one, here's the other. These are the semantics I was using during the video, where we're talking about a good defense, right? Do you think that you have some kind of argument to show that the proposition's true? And right now, it just sounds like you're not giving an argument. So the answer here, you've said you have an argument. So the answer here should start with, premises, right? So what is the argument for that proposition under my semantics?
Okay, so firstly, yes, what I gave you was an argument. The llama,
Okay, it sounds like another ramble. So I'm just going to kind of write out a little bit of text here to help you. So let's see, P1, and how do you do this? P1, and then P2, and then C, right? So what we're looking for here is for you to kind of fill in the blanks, right? And the conclusion should be, you can defend, or if you want to say argue for, that's fine, whichever. We're talking under my semantics. You can defend anything. right? So yeah, what are the premises here? And if there's more than 2, that's fine. Obviously, you can add those.
The premise is the llama told me a square circle is logically possible. The conclusion is a square circle is logically possible. You only need one premise,
now
dumbass.
You might notice the conclusion you just gave is not the conclusion, right? The conclusion that we're looking for is that you can defend anything. So let's just try that again. Try to give an argument that has the right conclusion.
That is the right conclusion.
No, Noodles.
That is.
Okay, I had to mute you again. The conclusion that we're looking for is you can defend anything, right? Not something about like a llama.
Dude, the debate was about the square circle.
No. Again, why do I even engage with fucking people like this? Okay, Noodles. Look, I mean, do we have to go like point by point through? Like I literally just walked through this. Okay, so I come in and I say, hey, do you think you've shown me to be wrong about anything? You said yes, the proposition that you can defend anything. I say that's ambiguous between 2 semantics, neither of which has my view changed on. Under the semantics that I'm using in the conversation when I speak to you, do you think that I made an error? You say yes. I say, can you give some kind of argument to that effect? You say yes. And then when you give the argument, it doesn't even have the right conclusion. So what I'm looking for is an argument that has this conclusion here, right? So do you have that argument? What is that argument?
That you can defend any position. A llama told me I can defend any position, therefore I can.
Okay, so let's just take a moment to write that out. Okay, how do you, 1 second here. So P1, llama said I can defend any position. What? So I can defend anything, any position. Okay, you can just write it like that. Get rid of the quotation marks here. Okay, so this is your argument here.
You're studying this shit. You're going to university.
Okay, just another mute there. I'm going to try it 2 more times. Is this the argument that you're giving?
Yes, bitch.
Okay, so my criticism of this argument, setting aside even the truth value of the premise, is just that it's invalid. Do you understand this is not a valid argument?
I was arguing that I could argue for anything, including invalid and unsound
just
positions.
To be clear, do you agree that this is an invalid argument?
Yes.
Okay, so do you have any argument that should actually persuade me here, Noodles?
You never said that in the debate.
That's
so
not
it doesn't matter, does it?
You
never said that. You're lying about it.
It sounds like you're not tracking the conversation. The conversation we're having right now is, can you give me an argument that concludes you can defend anything? The argument you've given me is a llama said I can defend any position, so I can defend any position. My response is that this is not valid, right? So I'm not persuaded of this argument. Do you have anything better, or is this the best that you can do?
I never said in the original debate.
Okay, so just going to try again 2 more times. And it sounds like every time you just dodge when I try to get a clear answer here. It's very frustrating. Is this the best you can do, or do you actually have something to offer me right now?
Bro, does it bother you?
Okay, 2 more times. Is this the best you can do, or do you actually have something that you can offer me right now?
No, I can do better.
Okay, all right. Let's try to get a better argument then. You go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I can argue that your mom told me that being a vegan is fucking pussy behavior. Remember that one?
Therefore, you can defend any position?
Therefore, I can defend any position.
Yeah, so that's just another invalid argument.
No, it's valid. Can you prove it's invalid? Can you even prove you exist right now, bitch?
I could easily prove it's invalid, but I don't want to get derailed.
You can't even prove you exist, so prove it's invalid.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, the form is just P, therefore Q. I mean, do you
P,
need
therefore
to,
Q? That defended your whole position?
Do you need to, like, draw a truth table to understand that that's invalid?
Draw me a truth table, yeah.
I think I'm going to leave I'm going to leave that as an exercise for you. You can go to a truth table generator, for instance.
No, you are required.
I'm going to just mute Noodles here. You can go to like a truth table generator and just make the first premise P and the second premise Q. Okay, well, I'm willing to hear Clyde out, but I mean, I think that Noodles has been like pretty soundly annihilated here. Um, I don't know why you would say that I'm not engaging. I mean, it's very obvious Noodles is the one not engaging here.
I concede. Have the dub. There you go. Continue with Noodles.
Well, no, I mean, like go like that's fine. Just I mean, I think it's already been kind of shown that he can't give any argument here. I mean, he's just memeing at this point, right? It's like I ask for an argument, he starts talking about a llama, or he starts talking about my mom. Like, Clyde, surely, I mean, in fact, I could just ask you here. Surely you agree that Noodles has not given any argument for this proposition that, you know, anyone with a brain would accept, right? Is he rambling over there? I have him muted. Yo, Clyde, hello? I have tinnitus currently from yelling. It's triggering my... Yeah, okay, but, I mean, just come on voice. I can speak to you on voice for a minute before I go here, just because it sounds like you're raising some kind of contention with me, so, you know, I can just talk to you for a few minutes before signing off here. I think Noodles has already been dispatched. Hello? I'm not sure what's going on here. Is Noodles like rambling at Clyde or something? I don't hear him talking. Yo, Clyde, why are you not on mic? Okay, it's kind of strange behavior, dude. Hello? Test, test, test. Can you hear me? Don't type, dude. Just come on. If you have something to say, just come on microphone. I'm merely the host. I'm not here to... Well, no. I mean, I'm done talking to Noodles. That's over. I just wanted to... I mean, you made a comment, so I just wanted to just talk to you about your comment. You said that I'm not engaging, right? So I just want to talk to you about that for a moment before I go. Verbally, though. I don't want to have a one-way conversation with you typing. Okay, well, yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, dude, I don't know why you're typing at me. Like, if you want to say something, just come on VC. The situation is intimidating me. Sorry. Well, I don't know, man. Like, you made a comment at me here. You said you aren't engaging, right? I want to talk to you about that. I don't think that's true. I think you're saying something, you know, I don't think you're trying to be an ass or anything, but I think you're saying something that's not true about me. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, here's another thing that'd be good to, you know, get agreement on, because I think it'll be probably like more humiliating for Noodles if you agree, obviously. So that'd be nice. I'm sure you agree that Noodles has not given any remotely persuasive argument for this, for this position that he can defend anything. One sec, I need to block him so his messages don't show up or something. I assume you would agree with that, Clyde. Presumably you don't want to sign off on these like retard tier invalid arguments. Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, you kind of entered when you said you're not engaging, right? It's like you sort of implied that I'm in some kind of error here. So, yeah. Okay, all right. Well, I'm not appreciating that behavior from you, Clyde, at all. Okay, well, I don't know if I have anything else to say. If at any point Noodles wants to actually, you know, defend this view without just like spewing retarded invalid arguments, I'm open to that. But I think the beatdown is pretty thorough there. I mean, I can give him one more try, but if it's just another stupid invalid argument... Okay, let's hear it, Noodles. You're unmuted.
I think, yeah, so you're just asking me to prove, just so I can get a correction of like what we were doing a minute ago, since it's been a minute. You said you wanted me to prove that that I can argue for any position, right?
I want that as the conclusion of the argument. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
and keep in mind the important
pussy
part.
Vegan that needs to eat some meat.
Yeah, just muted again. So, yeah, I mean, this is like the caliber of people we're dealing with. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a very thorough beatdown. Bye-bye, retard.